Well, all right, all right, all right. Here we are. Happy Sunday. It is the turning your clocks forward day. That means it's 11 o'clock out here on the West Coast, left coast, best coast. And it is, I don't know, sometime in the afternoon out there everywhere else. So welcome to Backstage of the Giving Back podcast. Today I am recording episode 203, and that's Insights number 65. I can't believe we are already in March. That's amazing. You're amazing. I'm amazing. Yes, indeed. Clearly, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable here in front of the camera using this Facebook Live. And as you can see, I went back to the plain white background. I was trying to add a little bit of color, and it's not working because it's too bright. And I would rather if it didn't hurt your tender little eyes. And me too. So today I've got something super special. I met somebody who is really a phenomenal person, just doing incredible things, giving back like crazy. Mark, good morning to you, sir. And I'm going to share a little bit about that because I actually got her letter from her, and it's kind of long, but it's going to be cool. And I decided to break it up, and I'm going to talk about different parts of it and what they show to me. And I'm not going to be saying anything about how old they are because in the show, I think it'll be nice. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're listening, that she is all of 13 years old. She started this when she was 9, and you won't know that. You just absolutely won't know it. And it's it's really her attitude that absolutely floored me, right? I mean, one of the things that I'm working with some just stellar people, both in business and in nonprofits, and then also individuals who are wanting to get busy and wanting to give back and wanting to contribute to their community and be of service, right? Well, this one's got it all. And she picked it up really quick, and it was really fostered. Remember that Darren, I think it's Darren Shivers, who has a 3-minute, 9-second TEDx talk about how to start a movement. And it's really worth the 3 minutes and 9 seconds it takes to watch it because it's really important. I think it's a really important TEDx talk. And so she had a second man, and it made a huge difference as it always does, and in particular in her case, and fostering that. So I'm going to be talking about that. I am also so excited. I just got my tickets to New York. So Freedom Mastermind New York, here I come. Alana and Jamie and Kate. My gosh, Kate, I cannot wait to see you actually in person, to meet you in person, although face to face. That's going to be great. And Jamie, my gosh, you know what? I've been so lucky. Talk about a second man, right? And so anybody can be a second man. Anybody can step up and help. And one of the coolest things is recently, I talked last week about Mr. John Yun. Kate, hi. Talking a little bit about you in New York. I talked a little bit about John Yun, who absolutely poured into me. I mean, man, he poured love and kindness into me, and it just lifted me up. Well, one of the things about a second man is you never know what form their support is going to be like. And I was so frustrated with this awesome program that I was invited to apply to. And it was so frustrating because I didn't know how to say what I wanted to say and have it be me and reflect me. And wow, it was really hard. Okay. So nonetheless, I'm struggling along, and there's tons of people who are helping me. I mean, so Kate was one who helped. Alana, a friend of mine, Debbie Radbar, who I'm going to be seeing later this week. I'm so excited. We'll be seeing each other in San Diego. But I wasn't getting it. And finally, it just kind of broke through or broke down, whatever you want to call it, put it all out there, sent it in, done. And I felt great. And when I finished, I was talking to Jamie. I said, oh, man, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know. And he says, it's not about the program. And he said something to me about not being about, well, what it was about, most importantly. And I said, I don't know, man. And he just says, dude, if I called Alana right now, woke her up, she'd be able to tell me. If I called all the people, including Ryan and Kate from Freedom in LA when we met, they'd all know. And he says, dude, it is you. You have something really special to give. So go out and do it. And you know what? We all do. And this gal who I'm going to be talking about, she absolutely does. It's amazing. All right. So here we go. Thank you for Steve Stone. Welcome. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. So welcome to the Giving Back Podcast. This is Insight Show number 65. And today I have the pleasure of reading a letter that was sent to me by somebody in Oregon who found me through Twitter, was somehow, we somehow get together, it's all out there in the social media, and, there's links and there's likes and there's follows and all this kind of good stuff. And anyway, so she wrote me, and I was so blown away by what she's been doing. I read it. I actually read it twice. It's pretty long, and I don't think it'll be worth it, but I'm going to break it down a little bit for you, because I'd like to tell you about some of the pieces that really struck me and why they struck me. So I think you're going to really like this. I think you're really, really going to like this. Okay. So my name is Carlie Steele, and I'm from the tiny town of Amity, Oregon. I started Carlie's Kindness campaign, and it recently became a 501c3 nonprofit organization. My mission is to change the world with kindness, and my motto has always been, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can make a difference. I choose projects that are close to my heart and enlist my community support to help spread kindness. So I'm going to tell you this right now, right off the bat. She started before it became quote unquote official with the 501c3, okay, the nonprofit status. That's so important. Just starting and doing. And it doesn't matter that you're official, right? And she just started. And I'm going to tell you that she started quite a while before. So close to my heart, and enlist my community support. So it's personal to her. So it's always going to have the most meaning when it's personal for you. Always. You're always going to make the biggest difference when it's important to you. And it's going to make the biggest difference not only to other people, but also to you. And it's going to grab a hold of your heart, and it's not going to shake loose. The other part is enlisting people. So she reached out, and she understood that you don't go it alone. You go together, and together you make it happen. All right. Here's a brief rundown of my project so far. You're going to love this. I raised $2,500 in toys and games for kids going through chemo. It all started while I was watching a telethon for Children's Cancer Association, and it broke my heart to see kids having to fight for their lives. My parents always said, we have more time than money. So with their help and the power of social media and the generosity of many, I was able to raise $2,500 in toys and games for kids going through chemotherapy. Just a little something to try to help brighten their days, right? I was watching a telethon, and it broke my heart, right? That's about being inspired. And that's, right, getting back to personal. Inspiration and doing something, right? She said, okay, let's do something. Looked for help, got some help from parents, and with the generosity of many, shared her story, shared what she was thinking, shared what her mission was, and made it happen. I sent Christmas gifts to our military servicemen and women overseas. We have a number of family members and friends serving our country and could not be home with their families for the holidays. I collected and sent Christmas cards and gifts to our military servicemen and women overseas to let them know that they are loved and appreciated on the home front, right? Friends and family, and connecting, making sure that they know that, that people over here, far away maybe, but very close to their heart, right? They're known. They love them. That's big. All right. Third one. My best friend and I delivered homemade baked goods to the local fire and police departments. Okay, I mean, come on, right? I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? I mean, homemade baked goods to local fire and police departments. I mean, why? Right? What does that do? All right, so listen to this. During an especially perilous time for law enforcement, we made and delivered homemade baked goods like zucchini and banana bread to local fire, first responder, and police departments in and around our community to thank them, right? To thank them. They put their lives on the line every day and see things no one should ever have to see. We just wanted to put a smile on their faces, and it worked. Of course it did. I mean, so for myself, I'll tell you, it's pretty cool when I got a police officer or a firefighter behind me, and I remember, and I think about that for half a second, and I'm able to buy their coffee or their donut or their pastry or their bagel or whatever it is, to say thanks and to let them know they have a hard freaking job, and to let them know that we appreciate it is like, I mean, I get just as much out of it, and definitely it's a really it's a great expression. So, all right, I'm going to skip one. This past summer, I proudly organized the first annual Kindness Rocks 5K Family Fun Run and Walk to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. 100 people, and even some virtually, raced through our little town wearing Kindness Rocks dry fit shirts, breaking through the finish line at our local high school. I was able to present Make-A-Wish Oregon with a check and a photo op with one of those big checks. I love how she included that for $1,500. Right? $1,500, that's going to do a lot, right? Make-A-Wish Foundation. I hope to benefit different causes every year and that even more people will join us. Carlie, I am sure more people will. It rocked, and I'll bet it's fun, and now it's official. So now you have something that, like, you remember Suzanne Tom and Haley's Run for a Reason, right? Something that is ongoing and that becomes supported and more supported until finally, the whole town adopted it. Anyway, okay. What's next? I held a hurricane and flood relief supply drive for the victims of Hurricane Harvey in September. People from local counties donated items like diapers, toothbrushes, and toothpaste, feminine hygiene products, and shampoo, and dropped them off in a donation box on our porch. I was able to partner with a local real estate office that had a contact willing to drive all of the donated items to the towns in need in Texas and Louisiana. Okay, so think about it. They're in Oregon, and they are collecting all these things for Hurricane Harvey. They have somebody who took that all and drove it all the way over to Texas and Louisiana, right? Everybody can do something. Giving a small amount from everybody, and then somebody steps up and takes it out there. Wow, right? Oh, look at that. I just noticed I didn't even turn on the recorder. That's okay, because we're doing this. In November, I hosted a veteran and active duty appreciation lunch to honor and show appreciation to the brave men and women who have served this great nation. I rented out our local volunteer fire department hall for the event and got 7 local businesses to be sponsors for $100 each to help with the cost of food, invitations, and decorations. I just wanted these American heroes to know that I appreciate them. I live with freedom and in safety because of their sacrifices. And Honor Guard even attended and did a presentation of the colors. It was amazing to hear the stories of their experiences and an honor to be able to serve them for the afternoon. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you something that I'm not going to go through everything right now. That one is, I mean, obviously that's huge. And for businesses that want to get involved, there are so many small ways. And these folks stepped up with money, but I guarantee you, had Carlie gotten all of the things donated, like she said like food, and if she had gotten invitations and if she had gotten decorations donated, that would have been fine. Okay? So it doesn't have to break the bank to make a difference. To make a difference to the people that you're serving, and in this case, celebrating, to the community and to everybody who's attending, right? That's super tight. That's about community service, about being part of the community and somebody who cares. She is, so I want to let you know that she is there's a couple things here. She was the recipient of the Prudential Spirit of Community Award Service, Community Award in DC this spring, where Michael Phelps, remember Michael Phelps, the swimmer? Oh yeah, he was the keynote speaker. She also met with members of Congress and Senate, and was also announced as a Point of Light Award winner. You may remember that from George H.W. Bush. That organization recognizes change makers across America. And she is also a finalist in the Helpful Humanitarian category in the National Youth Activist Awards. She'll be going out there to Nashville. So who is Carlie? Who is Carlie Steele? Let me just say that in another type of learning here, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to read this. I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish. Thankful for those who are always ready and willing to help, and love seeing faces light up when kindness comes their way. It really is my mission to try to make a difference and build relationships in my surrounding communities through giving, awareness, outreach, service projects, and acts of kindness. It not only makes me feel good, but makes other people feel good to be a part of it. This world is filled with a lot of negativity, so if I can do something that's positive, then that's what I'll do. Like my mom and dad say, we don't have a lot of money, but we have a lot of love to spread around, and kindness doesn't cost a dime. I would love to work with you, learn from you, and help in any way I can. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. Please visit my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, as well as my website. Sincerely, Carlie Steele, 13. 13, ladies and gentlemen. 13 years old. Carlie was 9 years old when she saw that telethon and for the Children's Cancer Association, and she started doing something pretty amazing. And it's been doing lots and lots of those things. She's also done created a program to promote respect for people with special needs and disabilities. And this was based on her own experience. She says that when I entered high school, I quickly realized that kids can be just plain mean. And so she did something with that experience, okay? Because she wasn't the only one experiencing that. She also has an assembly program called Being Kind is Cool, and she visits elementary and middle schools and high schools. And this is about getting kids to reach out, community service, not just for volunteer hours, but because it does a lot of good. So that's some leader. And her second man that I had a chance to talk to was her mom, Melissa, who is, she summed it up this way, and this is what really resonated with me. Melissa said that Carlie's goal is to make it easy for people to do good. Make it easy for people to do good. It reminds me of Krista Goronsky, who has recently stepped down as the executive director of the Petaluma Fabulous Women, who has been doing her thing. I think it's been 13 years, and that was a big part of it. She made it really easy and fun, by the way, and all of Carlie's stuff is fun. She made it easy and fun for people to do good, right? Not everybody wants to lead. Not everybody wants to organize. Not everybody wants to, take charge. But everybody wants to give back. Everybody wants to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. And so when they put up their tent stakes and fling those flaps wide open, welcome people in, and it's just really a joyous occasion, has a huge impact. So I'm so honored and grateful that Carlie reached out. I'm actually blown away that she says to me, "I'd love to work with you, learn from you, and help you in any way." I mean, I think there's so much that I and so many people have to learn from her, and actually help her just do more incredible things. So yeah, 9 years old started, 13 years old now, and it's just on an absolute tear. So I hope you feel not like, oh my God, who am I to compare with that? Or, oh my God, who are my kids to compare with? Because that's not the spirit. The spirit is this, that everybody has something to give. And you alone can do something. And you with other people, when you invite them, can do more. And something that somebody recently told me that has an impact is this: invite people in. Invite people in to share in that moment. Invite people to take part. Because why would you want to withhold the joy of giving back from somebody? So have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will be in San Diego, enjoying the weather, although it's beautiful out here in the San Francisco Bay Area, meeting with friends from the Evolutionary Business Council, led by the amazing Teresa de Gaubois. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Freedom, you rock. Everybody who's listening, thank you so much for being here. Love and gratitude. And remember, always err on the side of loving kindness.